Welcome to the Late Sesh. Cheers, everybody. Hope
Cheers.
everybody's doing good this Monday night. We
Cheers,
got
everybody.
Terra Nation, Dankman Dan, Spartan Grown, and myself, Big Pone. And we hope you got some sweet bud and can join us tonight as we just bullshit and poke on.
Yeah. Cheers,
How's
everybody.
everybody doing?
Red and Becca's taking a little siesta tonight. Much needed. They work so hard. And for goalies, taking a little break too. Get some rest, everybody.
He's not taking a break. He's harvesting.
Yeah,
He's
Well,
so
coming soon. He said he's
he's
gonna try
taking
and
a
come, I
rest from
think.
one thing. You have to
But
take a rest
yeah.
to do the other. So I harvested today with Indica Bee, and we took down some flam bangers. So it was a good day. Nice smell. Went out to dinner tonight with Nuttree, and they like sat us in a total other area where there was no people.
Huh.
And this is our one restaurant we always go to every Monday or Tuesday. We
they
have
know
never.
you guys smell ahead of time.
I think they were
Oh,
The
like,
smell.
she reeks and needs to
Awesome.
go over there.
wow.
Yeah, I always take it as a compliment when people say, "You smell so good." Like I can't even smell it.
Yeah.
I went to pick up Troy today, and he is like, I can smell you before you even open the truck door. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things at Mechanical is going to lunch or something after we did something like that and just blowing out the whole joint.
Yeah, 'cause you just don't give a shit. So it's hilarious to him.
In
Like,
some places,
which
you
is
cannot
fine.
give a shit. You know,
To
in
us,
other
it's
Yeah.
Hey,
normal.
I've had some waitresses when we went to eat, we pass them by and they say, "Oh, you smell good," and like the employees enjoy it. I don't give a fuck about everybody else.
yeah.
That's true.
Oh,
Hey, yeah.
employees definitely enjoy it.
Well, like the post office we would go to.
Oh God, that lady! I can't believe that
The lady was
found
off and
out that
on.
her husband grew or something, right?
Well, yeah, then I made friends with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make friends with those your post people. But yeah, her husband grew, and she hated the smell, and she said whenever he would harvest, she would always have to lock her like shoes and purse in a room that was away from all that shit, so that it wouldn't reek. But then later, right before I think last season, spring, she was like, "Yeah, she told me she always tries to outdo him growing a bigger plant, just a bigger plant. So they grow a plant outside, and she tries to grow a bigger one,
That's cool.
and she doesn't even smoke it or anything.
So she don't oppose the grow, just the VOCs it puts off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's a tiny post office. So like, if you go in there reeking, it's gonna be a good, you know, probably stink it up for a while. Especially us. Like, we go in there on harvest day, and
Uh,
me and him are the guys that are draping the plants over our arms. It's in our
Oh,
hair.
swimming
oh
in
yeah.
Like,
it.
I,
yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's a
yep.
little
It's
harder, I
funny
feel,
getting those
to do it
reactions from
fresh
people
frozen
because
than
it's like,
doing full plant hang. Just because I can piece out. Fresh frozen, we're just piecing out. Each stem and cutting it as we go,
yeah,
instead of just taking the whole plant out and draping it on somewhere. I feel like that's all. So here's another thing. I kind of feel like if we keep it as full plant and we're cutting it as we're going, we're not contaminating it also. So there's no contact with the trays or anything or this and that. I just kind of feel like it's a little cleaner if we just cut a stem off, trim it on down, or buck it all off, if we should say it that way, into our turkey bag. I feel like it's a little cleaner doing it that way than taking like the whole plant if you're able to. I mean, obviously if this is a, full stem commercial business, there's no time for that. You just got to chop and go. But, if you've got time to, piece out your plant, especially for fresh frozen, I think it's, nice and beneficial.
Oh
For
yeah.
great tip.
Well, I mean, everybody tries to keep their trays clean and stuff, but it is what it is. Salts or whatnot. Even plant buildup happens, and I don't know. Just you don't want that mixing with your fresh bud, and
No, we're trying to preserve them, the integrity of that crop for sure.
absolutely, absolutely.
What are you guys puffing on today?
Indica Bee gave
So
me a papaya doobie tonight to smoke, and I am trying to find it right now because it was really interesting. Usually, papaya to me is very.
not a big fan.
I'm not
It's
normally a
super
fan.
tropical
It's yeah,
fruit, which I
but
get from a lot of different stuff.
this was really unique. That's why I'm looking for it. I really want to smoke it because it was way different than any kind of papaya I've ever had. So hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta find it.
I got Fatso, which we talked about last night, is a GMO Legend OG cross. Um, I got some of that GMO rosin.
Hell yeah.
That's what I was smoking on earlier.
I have some Normish micro GMO rosin from about 2021.
Oh,
Jeez.
some of that
Pretty terpy.
aged, yeah.
I was thinking about rolling it up in a doink tonight, but I
What
can't.
Hey, there you go.
was it in a fridge the whole
Yeah,
time?
put it in the fridge. The
Oh
whole
wow.
It's still beautifully
So
back.
yeah, it probably kept real good.
I just ground up some Snow Devil, which is my my snow cane cut that I hit to Vortex, and it smells like, to me, it smells like a mango-y snow cane.
Nice.
Okay.
And I'll bring you some baked. I got some right here. I
Yeah.
still have like another half a part of the plant to trim, but it's like it's one of those ones that's not. It reminds me kind of like of an old school bud where it's a little bit more higher leaf to calyx ratio.
Yeah.
That's not very fun to trim.
I'm honestly
That's
hoping
trim.
some of those Spartan pukes get away from that. Like they're not too bad, but they're not the
Yeah, they're
internode. I'm
not.
hoping the internode spacing just starts spacing out. So that'd be nice.
Well, they are a little stretchy, so they'll stretch a good bit. So far, all of the vortex crosses have been pretty fucking stretchy.
Yeah.
So what are you guys flowering out at Trichome Forge? 3 gals or 2 gal
We're doing
bags?
threes right now. Yeah.
Trees. I
Bags.
tried the just pots.
Hmm.
I like the pots because like admitting we're using pots from for whenever they opened. You know,
Yeah, I like pots too.
you just wash them.
I'm thinking we might want to just even think about considering maybe going up to fives, only for the fact that you're saying that we were close to two-a-days.
Well, like yeah, like triple burgers. These triple burger was huge plants, and it was like I maybe like at the very end or the height of the drinking, I had a couple days where I really might have should have done 2 a day. You know, but for me, I gotta go in at 7 p.m. when the lights come on, and I have to wake up early at 6 or something like that to hit them again. So I ended up barely making it by not, and I think these Spartan pukes are like they're drinking way heavier. Like there's another two today that I had to hit, and they were light as a feather, and they got hit yesterday with everything else. So like at different ones that I told you, Spartan. So that's
Oh,
four
damn.
that are like heavy drinkers at least. But I mean that could be the phase right now. You
So
know, the stretch and the growth phase still.
how many
So
pot ups do you have to get to your 3 gal?
so I go from a a cube or seed to
Like a half gal.
Okay.
Is that what you'd call that?
it's a yeah, it's either it's a quarter to a half gal. It's a little square thing, and then that into uh 1 gal, and then 1 gal to a 3 gal.
Right on. So you're doing 3 transplants. Are you gonna go from that 1 gal right to the 5 gal, or are you gonna 3 gal to the 5? You're gonna have
I'd
to
still just do 1 to 5.
all right, just make
Like
big jump.
yeah, at work they do. We've done one to like 10 for our moms all the time, and
Oh yeah.
they don't seem to skip a beat. So I would do 1 to 5 and just not
Oh,
mess around.
Yeah.
with
Even
one
the soil, I was doing
extra
1 to
step
5.
of cocoa, but yeah.
I do think it's better to step it up if you have the time
Yeah.
you know, it's more like a hobby thing, like at
I
home.
think you're gonna
Yeah.
get root mass for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I do them major step ups, yeah, I have roots all the way out to the edge, but the media is falling apart
There's
sometimes.
space in between because it just
Yeah,
shoots
yeah.
the edge and nothing on the inside.
They're
Yep.
just a weaker root system. Although we get the finished effect, you know, probably affects our yields maybe a little bit, possibly, but who knows? Who knows? It's that time factor. There's always a cost.
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Like there's no way in hell that I would like transplant 4 times 150 plants. You know what I mean?
No,
Fuck
no.
that.
Yeah.
1 plant? Sure. All day.
Yeah. But anything grows was asking if I plan on automating the watering or. And I don't think I'll ever automate it, but like Spartan and I have talked about, we'll probably do like mitten where it's like all you gotta do is flip valves open on wherever you want to water, depending on how you have your line set, and then turn on a pump. And then I like that. To me, that's
We're gonna
almost
have
hand watering. It's just hand watering if you had like 20 hands.
we're gonna do each table its own zone.
And it's nice to get in there and feel them
I'd
pop.
probably start like that, Spartan, and then if we feel like it will, we might
Split
split
that
that
in
into
2.
4, but we'll start with that and make a loop because that'll be an easy
Yeah,
loop, just like in here but bigger.
exactly.
So, and
That'd be
we'll do like Armitage. Shout out to Armitage, Frigoli got me a tour there. We'll do the what was I telling? What are they called? Pressure regulators on the
yeah, the
lines
regular.
too. So
Yeah.
like there's and stuff like that. So and loop it, but. Yeah, that's the plan. So we're about to have water. I think. Oh, the guy said 2 weeks this morning. So two
Is he
weeks.
still he's still going with conduit too? He's gonna run the conduit as well.
As far as I know, yeah.
I don't like that as far
I
as I
said,
know. I don't
I
like
said, I said, uh, today I said, cool. That gives me time to get the fiber because I gotta get it made anyways. You gotta get like
oh
specific links made.
you have
It's
to get the
because
exact
they're
link.
called pre-terminated, so they got
Oh,
the already the ready to plug in ends.
okay.
Um, but yeah, so hopefully it seems like I mean the cable I'm getting is so thin, fiber patch cable. Is so thin that like it shouldn't be a problem to run it through 1 inch conduit.
Right.
Is it like a
And
ribbon?
huh?
Is it like a ribbon line? Multiple.
Uh
What it sounds like.
it's like it's a little thinner than probably Ethernet it looks like. So I would and yeah, and then the stuff I'm getting is gonna have what's called a pull eye on both ends. So they should be able to pull it through or something. I don't know.
So when I
Oh,
was
a
at
pull
Freedom
eye.
Green, when I was at Freedom Green, we had them the thin data lines. Basically, is what they are.
That's
And
basically, I think, the same thing. It's not, it doesn't look thick
it's
at
like
all.
like a
It's
fiber
fiber
optic.
patch cable, they call it. So
But
basically, I'm running from my router to something called a I learned all this in the last like week or two. Media converter, which takes it takes your Ethernet cable, which is a cable, it's a copper based line, and then transmits it in a little box into the fiber line, which why you want that is because if you ran Ethernet, which they make underground Ethernet, when lightning strikes between two buildings, especially if they get two different electric power sources, it can zap uh, the devices on both ends.
right
Whereas
on.
fiber what for whatever reason doesn't have copper or whatever, so it can you can not have to worry about that, and it's faster. It's fiber and stuff. So and it's like $80 for 250 feet of underground, like armored, and
That's a
like
good trip.
yeah, for so like it's not even expensive anymore. I guess it used to be the way Reddit was talking about it on all the ones I looked, but now it's not. So I'm gonna run that so that I have cameras, and then we'll be able to stream out there.
I
We'll
just want
have
to alleviate your
pulses.
fears. In the 20 years that I've lived in this house, it has not once struck lightning in my yard ever.
Where do you have Ethernet to?
Happens.
It doesn't. I'm saying in the 20 years I lived here, I haven't had a lightning strike, so I'm not really
You
too worried
don't you
about
don't know that the ground didn't get zapped around you.
Now, how do you know that tree that fell down didn't get hit by lightning that time, right?
because that was wind, man. I was sitting right there when that thing fell
Okay,
down. It was
okay.
scared
You
the
have
fuck out of me.
visual
Yeah, I
confirmation.
was there, man.
Visual, audio.
Fucking acting out.
Um, but yeah, so we'll have water out there. So now I gotta look up cone bottoms. I think we're gonna just start with like 100 gal, 80 to 100 gal, depending on what I can get, and just set it there in the
Think
middle of
about
the
it, man.
hallway.
How many? You're not watering anywhere near that much right now. You're doing the whole room.
Yeah, I'm doing like 20 gals a night on that room. So,
So even if you
uh,
doubled that, it only you could get a 50 gal tank and
all right,
be
now, all right. So now double the rooms. That's 80.
just water one room. You could use the same res right in the middle of it. Water one room, switch the valve, and then water the other room.
But yeah, we're talking volume. What is that? I know that, but
What I'm just saying, you don't have to have a really, really big tank. You only need save
well,
a
it's
lot of
like we
money.
talked about on that one episode when for Groli. It's like, do you want to be ready for uh like a outage where you may not be able to get water for a little bit?
How's a
So,
bigger tank help that?
Because you at least have a reservoir.
Oh, I would say like as long as you have a RO reservoir, you should still be good, right? Just hand mix it.
Well, for now, I'm just gonna get one, and so I'm thinking that'll end up being the RO reservoir.
The
But
cone
later,
bottom, that's fucking expensive as shit for a fucking res. Just
they're
get a
not
big ass.
that bad. They're not that bad, I don't think.
Okay, man, high roller.
All right, let's look. They
The
weren't that
cone
bad.
bottom res, that's pimp,
with
man. That's
with the
big pimping.
stand, mind you, you need a stand because
Well,
you
With
yeah,
the
you need a
sand,
stand.
can't
Yeah, you
just lay
gotta
it
have
on
a
the floor.
stand. Yeah, especially those cone bottoms. They don't stand on the
watch
floor very
80
well.
gallon. Tank Mart, 350 bucks, 5 to 9 day in stock delivery. I'm sure that's without stand, but I've been on this
That's still
website.
not that bad
You can add a stand. Like here, I'm gonna bring it up just so y'all don't think I'm
because a
bullshitting.
55-gallon drum from Uline is
Look at
120.
this 60-gallon inductor cone bottom tank, 269, and then choose options. So it's probably like add stand. All right, add stand for 200 bucks, 430 bucks. You get yourself a 60-gallon res. They're not. People have made them out. Like I went on Facebook Marketplace first, and some guy's selling his 100 gal for $2,600. Get the fuck out of my face. That's crazy. Like, all to you if you end up selling it for that, but that's two suckers in my opinion. So like, I remember looking this up after the pandemic, and there's several websites you can go to, like Go To Tanks. Now, here's the thing: it does cost a lot of shipping because it's
Yeah,
freight, so it's gonna be like $100 or something like that. Stupid shipping, but oh
350.
well. Yeah. Well, 350 maybe up to the boondocks, but I don't know how much down here.
Yeah, we're in the boondocks
I
up
don't
here.
know. So and first I'm gonna hit up. I saw an Elevated's warehouse. I saw in the back they had a couple cone bottles with stands. I was like, I might hit him up and see what he can do and just avoid shipping maybe.
Hey, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because they already get freight. But
So what are you going to
that's the
use
plan.
as a pump then?
You should look at
Oh, a
Grow
pump, a
Green. You
pump.
should look at Grow Green as well because they do a lot of free shipping too.
Yeah, exactly. Grow Green has some cone bombs. Last I checked, there's just they're
Might
stock
be able
berries.
to catch one on their dank deals or something.
So for the pump, I'm hoping Dan,
Yeah,
one
that's
of
what.
our dab pumps at work started kind of being wonky.
Uh
So
huh.
the boss was like, "I'll just get a new one," and then he let me have the old one. So it's what it was doing was it would go up to like the pressure it's supposed to, which was like, sorry, I had to cough, but it went up to like 50, 60 psi because it was limited at 60. Like and run for like 20 seconds, so you'd be in the room hearing the water spraying on however many nozzles, and then 20 seconds ago, and then you would hear the water just die, and you're just like, did somebody turn that off? Wait, I'm here alone on the weekend. That's fucking weird.
Oh yeah.
Then you'd walk out, and almost by the time you walk out, it would kick back. And it would go woof, and go back to 20 seconds of watering. So I aired it out and all that, but I'm gonna hit up Dab Pump, see if there's warranty left first. Second, I'm gonna be like, all right, well, will you guys fix it and charge me maybe like a repair fee? And then third, if not, is there anything I can do? Just fiddling around with it. But hopefully, I'll have a little dab pump.
Hell yeah. And you
Those
don't
things are
need
badass.
that much PSI, really, do you?
No, like you
I
really
mean,
only need for the
pounds.
Netafim little orange, you only need 25 psi,
Nice.
and those dab pumps can do all kinds of things, so that'll be plenty. But yep.
Well, making strides, brother. Making strides. You definitely have one of the
Yeah.
notch grows.
Yeah,
Shout
it's,
out to Winewood Organics and their Durban Poison.
Oh, that's such good stuff.
Oh, it's so good, man. Eric does a good job. Old man Hermit Hash out there. One of them guys.
Oh man.
Pulled this the other day.
Everybody out there. Gnarly Carly.
Cheers, everybody.
That's
Big
a
family in there, man. I'm starting to recognize every face in there when I go in there. I love that shit. Uh-oh, look at that.
The Come Forge.
yeah. That's the first sticker
She's got the alpha.
prototype.
She's got the alpha sticker.
Yep.
That's right.
Stuck on a Calyx container. It's not made for, but
Beta.
that's all right.
Man, there's
Yeah.
so much money in packaging, and oh man, it costs.
I
so
just
Damn,
ended
Tara,
up
hold on
doing
to
like
that shit,
for
Tara.
Groli.
That's gonna be worth some money someday, Tara. Hold on to that shit.
No.
I got
Right.
I got a less than half off the same printer I wanted off
was cool.
Facebook Marketplace. So I
That was
just
dope.
took for Groli's notes and I order sheet sticker labels and I make my own and print them out. But it's taking some work. Like one of those sheets, half of them aren't really usable because some of the letters are off. But I figured out you have to hit a setting in order for that to happen. So yeah, exactly, shit happens. So now I know you don't. So when you're using your printer, it typically wants to do
That's a laser too,
fit
right?
to page. Yeah, it's a laser printer, and it came with so much fucking toner. I was
Dude,
like,
just tell me
really? Are
about
you
now, tell me
kidding me?
about it.
That's just
Is it separated like we thought? There's a color and a black, or is it all one deal?
it's black, pink, and
Magenta,
cyan.
probably.
Yeah, magenta and cyan.
All right.
Yeah.
So just like a bubble jet, but a laser.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it came with a ton of that, and a laser printer. I'm told, or like my research tells me, is good because
And Sequence. Shout out Sequence, Mr.
yeah,
Printer Man now.
the toner doesn't dry up like the other stuff, like ink ones do if you don't use it. And I'm not gonna be printing a ton, at a time or all the time, so I didn't want something to go out. But it's a scanner printer, all that crap. But it was really cheap. It was the one I wanted, so that was neat. And then I got that little station set up. And I got some dab containers that those stickers are made for, but I ended up just giving her.
What was your choice on your dab containers?
Just these. They're these.
Oh, they're cool. They're cool.
Oh, I have one right here. So I found I just wanted something a little cool,
Okay.
and they're just triangle. They got the child lock. What's nice is they got a nice. Well, I'm thinking it doesn't say on the website, but PFE, but it's really spongy. So it actually, I think, seals, like really pushes down on that rim. And it's black on black.
Is it
And that was the
open?
thing.
Is
Huh?
it open good? Easy?
Yeah.
Open? Awesome.
It's it's pretty
Yeah,
easy
I
because I
actually-
thought about that. I was like,
I don't even have to
you can
grip
get
it.
a
I can
kind of a
put my hands like this and just twist them
yeah.
open.
That's how I kind of start. See, you can do that, and that's off.
That's my favorite way.
So, I went with that, but like I have to pay a lot to get custom like triangle labels. So for now, I'm just putting a circle in the middle, and that's what she got on one of my last Calyx containers. Because Calyx containers, it's like for Girlie said, you can't get those in stock right now.
You work your way up, you gotta.
Well,
Get
yeah.
through a couple batches, and then you can upgrade.
So then Tara gave me the tip on those dual containers. So they're like split in the middle dab containers, which is sick. I'm gonna get some of those. But then Tara, today I was fucking around at work, looking on the internet, and the same company makes a try. So it's like a single dab
Oh
container
shit,
split into three. I was like, that's pretty neat.
Oh
that's cool.
yeah.
Does it
Yep.
look like a peace sign? Is it like that? Is it split like?
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
dope.
split down exactly like or a steering wheel kind of thing
Cool.
going on. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we gotta get that. We gotta get that.
yeah, it's yep. So.
That's
So
fucking
cool.
cool.
Like it's a lot of work and stuff, but this is some exciting. I like doing this part. Like,
I feel like the product it's workable. It's not crazy. It's not like real like terpy slurpy, so you can't like it's not like stringy that kind of stuff. I think you'll be able to work with it. I think you might be okay.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
and
won't be
then yeah, we're gonna be trying a lot of things, getting flour out there, everything.
heck
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm super stoked.
I know
Uh,
some Fatso and some Governor's Oasis here, and
Oh my
so
god, that Governor's Oasis. That's
okay,
the
so
shit.
out of the two,
I get the test results tomorrow, I think, for that.
I'm telling you the test
I
results right now. It's Government Oasis is the best of the two.
that Governor's Oasis has got me.
I love that you guys
See?
love that, but there's a part of me that's disappointed you're not going on about the fatso.
No,
Because my
okay, so hold on.
fatso's my favorite.
Okay,
It's not my favorite, but it's one of. I love that, but
Well, you know how I
I
feel
get it.
about
it
Mac.
was
Everybody
hard.
shits on the Mac one, but I fucking keep
That's
going with
true. Yeah.
It was hard for me to determine the two, but I think I thought you told me that the Governor's Oasis was like easier to trim, like an easy.
Yeah, the government oasis is yeah, it hits all the boxes, but it also hits that commercial box. But like
Oh,
I don't care about that, so like that's why the fatso doesn't bother me, but
oh, the Fatso's great. Don't get me wrong;
because
it was really.
work had fatso, but then they didn't want
And
it.
honestly, I didn't actually look at either one of them. I'm not judging by the looks. I'm judging by the smell, and I'm judging by the high.
Yeah, well yeah, and see the fatso gets me ripped. So
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's
I
whatever
think
gets you the more
yeah,
ripped
and
is
that's
what
true.
you should smoke anyways.
And that
The
was
So
the Government
government the
Oasis.
government's a great one.
I,
I smoked it at
I'll,
lunch today,
I'll do a
but
little research.
yeah. I went out to lunch and I loaded up a fat dab of what did we get? I
I
think
think
it's
Government Oasis is
Taliman.
smoother too. For some reason, there might be more moisture left in the fatso or something, but it's like I have more of a tickle in my throat after the fatso than I
The
would.
fatso I think hung longer, so that could be definitely true.
Okay,
Um,
but I don't know. It's just that Government Oasis that high is fucking it just wrecks me, man.
yeah. Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I smoked at lunch because I took out the Puffco, loaded a fat dab of Talimon, it's called, and we got some it's like some really nice rosin. And I loaded that up, and I go out there and it's dead. I had a
Oh, son of a
I
bitch.
had a chunker in there, man. But whatever. So then I went back inside and rolled up some government oasis because I have a big jar of that there. So,
Nice. That's nice to have that just chilling, just in case to save the
That's
day.
oh yeah, we got a smorgasbord of like everybody's personal shit and stuff there.
who's that Talimon by? What is it?
Talima is by Nug for Days, but it's a cut that a lot of people around here have.
Okay,
Let me see, Talimon.
I heard of it
I
though.
forget the lineage. I looked it up a long time ago. There's a couple. See, that's the thing. I see Tallyman from Oni Seeds, but I also see Tallymon. Oh,
Hmm.
I guess they're the same. Looks like. Banana OG times Dosi Do. That's
Oh,
in parentheses times papaya.
okie dokie.
It washes really well, so I think that's why everyone around here, usually the washers have it.
Okay.
But, yep. Uh, it's not bad. It's kind of fruity. But this run of it, this rosin is like I don't know if he just did like single bag micron or whatever you call it, but it's just really white and really clean.
Hmm.
So can't wait to get the triple burger at the end of this week. I get a
I'm
bunch of that rosin.
exciting.
Um, been
That'd be cool.
turping up or whatever you guys call it.
Nucleating.
Nucleating. I like that a lot. That should be on a t-shirt.
Ooh, nucleating. That's very scientific.
Don't talk to me unless you're nucleating.
Yeah, you see.
Completed your nucleation.
Then he's gonna be whipping it real good.
Yep, whipping it, and so hopefully this weekend I'll be able to try some of that. And I'm stoked because there's so many terps in that. That was the whole smorgasbord. That was a whole room minus like 4 phenos out of 27.
I'm gonna have to
So
sneak Emily over this weekend. Then we'll have to try
yeah,
it.
for sure. We'll bring bring the grab bong if you
Do you
Yeah.
hear Emily? You hear that?
yeah
He
bring
wants
the
that
grab
grab
bong.
bong.
Well, mine's broken, and so yeah, we'll do the dab thing.
Her,
We
her
can
the
use
neck
my
of
banger.
the neck on hers is broken, but just a little bit, and it still works.
Yeah, I thought I'd be able to get mine out like that, but I couldn't. So
Yeah, that makes
new
it.
one it is. What that's the thing. I only have a 14 mil banger. If
There
it
was a
was a
14.
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a 14.
All
I'm
right.
If I had to bet, I would say it's a 14.
Yeah. I'm gonna see how much this cone bottom is in my cart too.
I was surprised when you looked that up. How I was expecting it to be way more expensive than what they are. Honestly,
As long as it doesn't have that cannabis tax attached to it, you know.
That's
really,
the thing, man.
if you
You
get
buy
the
that.
regular one, not the
Yeah.
fancy one, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
The medium one.
I am so anti-cannabis tax.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I usually look in other industries and stuff.
Ag's the way to go.
Yep. Let's see. I'm gonna try to find 100 gal.
Did you say 100 gal?
Yeah.
100 gal
Like a
gravity
tall,
ball.
skinny 100. No, gravity bong. That'd be crazy. You gotta use like a 55 gal drum modified for the piece.
It's like a 55-gallon drum with a 5-gallon bucket attached
Yeah.
down to a 2-liter. and then
That's a lot of weight. 100 gallons, that's a lot of weight. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. We had the grab bong with the banger in it, and I tell you what, that was sweet because it cools it down, man.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw that today.
Yeah, she did a rip today. I was like, damn. Look thick, boy, thick.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing is the suction that it creates when you pull up is way more than what humans are doing. So
Yeah.
you get that thick spot.
That like that cartoon thick where the fog they can cut it and make donuts with it.
Yeah, exactly. They're like the stoner ninja cloud. You disappear in it.
Michigan.
So I got my parts are shipped from Harvest right now. So hopefully they get here this week.
They're on the way. At least they're on the way. That's cool.
Yes. Get it up and running, and
That's frustrating that you had to fix it yourself.
it is. It's frustrating. I had to pay $45 just to talk to a technician.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just
That
to get parts. But the good thing is they did credit the $45 towards my parts, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they
But
charge
yeah.
you shipping? And then they charge you for the parts?
Yeah, I think there's a little shipping charge in there too. Harvest Ray, there's their nightmare. If you look at
I've heard.
their track
Yeah.
record, it's not good. But I
Well,
had
like
good luck.
Dro had to
3
go
years.
through 2 units, I think.
You know, my unit worked great for 3 years, so it is what it is. It's maintenance, you know, and everything has to be maintained. It's a scientific piece of equipment, so.
Did you have an oilless?
No, I have
Or
the standard pump.
okay.
Oil changes on it take like 3 minutes, man. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a filter. We recycle our oil.
Nice.
Yeah. Would I step up to the oilless if you have the extra $1,600? But I'm pretty handy, and I can change oil pretty easy. So
Yeah.
It takes a lot of oil changes to meet up to $1,600.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
think you
like,
get oil
Yeah,
change
for
twice
real.
as
it's only
fast and
like
still not catch up.
a liter of oil. It's not like you're changing car oil. But yeah, I'll be excited to get that up and running. Like I said, I got a whole freezer full of fucking Primal Punch and the Gorilla Glue I got to take down. And yeah,
You
ready.
got anything left standing outside right now?
Yeah, I got all the Gorilla Glue.
All of it?
Like I said, this shit's still green, man. There's not fading at all. It was
The hard
22
frost didn't do anything to it.
No, in the greenhouse, it's
Oh, in the greenhouse. Okay,
yeah, they're pretty fine.
nice.
But yeah, they're in soil. I haven't grown in soil in a long time, and yeah, man, they're
Well, the
fucking
glue has
green
been.
as fuck, man.
Yeah, I was to say the glue can go pretty long outside if it's a good year, so you
Yeah, it's
might be
got
able to.
fat white fucking trike heads, so we're letting it go as long as it can, and it's got no signs of PM and stuff on it, so let it rock and roll, and when the freeze dryer is ready to go, then I'll go ahead and take it down.
Dope.
Yep, let them heads get all mature.
My Mac 1 out there. I was so scared to go look this morning at it, but I went back there and all the vegetables around it were melted to nothing from the frost, but Mac 1 was just fine.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked really good. I've never seen Mac 1 that like purple faded.
Yeah, but like if you like lift up the leaves and kind of look inside, that they're green underneath still. So
Oh yeah.
so I mean it's all cold induced.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like dark purple.
Okay.
Yep, it's been a heck of a year outside, but we made it so far.
Yep.
The Primal Punch did pretty good. It harvested normally, like it did. It got its fade. It came in. But yeah, it once again had some beautiful heads on it. This is the first time I've ever grown it outside. It expressed very, very well out there, the terpenes.
Nice.
Once again, it's heavy in that punch flavor outside. So I'm curious to see, and it's real floral too. Curious to see what the wash brings out with it. So
That's cool.
yeah, I'm excited.
That's one of my favorite things to do when I was growing. I always try to sneak something outside, but because sometimes it's not every strain, but in some strains they'll express differently outside, or it'll be the same. Like it's the same strain. It's related to what you just grew inside, but there's an extra note, or there's an extra something in the outside version. So it's cool.
I believe the bud structure was totally different outside. It was more leafy and.
I think generally that's generally in almost everything. Everything you put outside, it's like
heavily calyxed, at the end, and but I didn't see that out there. But the noses were is where I really noticed it. Like I said, very floral, and I never noticed that inside. So
that's cool.
Pumped for it. Pumped. It's stinking up my freezer right now.
The GG4 usually gets pretty stinky too outside.
Oh, it's reeking, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so cold right now though, so it's not really stinking. It's preserving them terps, but on them days when it's 58 to 60 degrees, man, it's stinking up the whole backyard, man.
Tomorrow
I got 4 of them out there, so.
Oh man, yeah. Tomorrow you'll be reeking.
Man, I miss that GG4.
Trish said it was stinking it up today.
Honestly, okay, so that GG4 it's really unique. It's a one of a kind taste, honestly. And I don't know if it's just because Dan does it, but it's
the way I got it. It's just good.
It's just great.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good, man. It's that, and the only one I can really say gives it a run for the money is the Motor Breath. Probably the Motor Breath out of all the strains I have right now is my go-to whenever I have it available. It's what I'm reaching for first. Is that I don't know, man. It's got me hooked.
Yeah.
Motor Breath's a good one.
This one I think baked. You like that one a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
I like Breath too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High and it's fucking just smack you right in the face.
Yeah.
Just
yep.
so heavy.
Love that. I love that.
Shout out to everybody listening. Caribou Heart, Nut Tree.
Yeah. Yeah, where's Nuttree? He's at work.
Laying in bed.
Oh
I say, I
man.
thought I seen him over there next to you. There you go.
Jeez.
Shared a hoot and he bailed.
Out. Sometimes it just works out that way. Sometimes I dip too. So fair.
Most of the time I'm sleeping by now. So
Yeah.
Usually running around thinking of 12 things I need to do and not doing any of them. That's usually what I'm doing about this time.
yeah, I have a lot of open projects, let's say.
Yeah.
But that keeps me busy all the time.
Definitely.
To do, resins to fill, shit like that. That kind of
No
crap.
resins here. I hand mix every batch every morning.
Yep.
Religiously. Without too much complaints. I don't mind.
No.
I'm anxious to get in there every morning and empty out that DQ and all that bullshit.
Yeah, it really is kind of the highlight of the day to just spend some time with the plants.
It is. And we were running our lights at night for the longest time. We're in metric, we were running at night. So now we run them during the day. So I'm actually able to get in there and work with them and spend a lot more time. Before it was just, come in, feed you for a couple minutes,
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
But now, we're back in full swing during the day. So it's kind of nice. But
I literally just switched off days and back to nights.
Oh yeah.
Yep. This is the first run that we switched back to the 7P to 7A just because my work schedule right now is like more night oriented. So like it's like, yeah, I'm sleeping during the day kind of thing ish, and some days not. So it just, I don't know. I still feel like nighttime's better for us right now. It just gives more opportunity. Whereas the daytime, I was rushing to try to like get to it. I felt like because my whole morning I was at work kind of thing, and then I was rushing to get home, and that just put it all on Troy to do. So I feel like
you definitely got to schedule it when it works for you.
yeah,
sure.
I definitely
Yeah.
right now for our schedules the way, or at least the way mine is right now. I just feel like nighttime is the best time for us.
I love running. I just love running my lights at night because it just makes
Yeah.
economical sense for me.
Well,
Like the
yeah,
power's cheaper.
yes, mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I think it was Consumers is who I have, and
Yep.
the summertime they have a program where they actually they have the day night
Bullshit.
rates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Called
they
bullshit.
split
It's
rates.
called bullshit.
They charge you more in the peak hours and then
Program.
less than
Yeah.
normal at night. And then the winter months, it goes back to you just get charged for what you use.
Yeah.
And the same rate, doesn't matter what time. And I actually, this summer, my bill went way the fuck down because of that, because they were charging me less for the same amount of power. So my bill went down because I was running my lights at night, like what Tara's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like it, just coming in from work, being able to get in there if I can, whatever works for everybody's schedule is, honestly the way, it should be. And, I tried doing the day shift schedule kind of situation, and I was just like, oh, I can't stand this right now.
I can definitely see the surge in cost for.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Both ways. You see it both ways, the differences. You can see it. But you got to do what you got to do. We're definitely looking into getting a new light. So that's going to be one of the things that I'm researching right now is which light I want, what's going to be beneficial for the tent that it's going to be in.
Replacing a light or adding a light?
Yeah.
What?
What size tent?
Replacing a light or adding a light?
Big tent. So we probably going to need 2 lights for it, honestly.
What's the size of the space?
It's the big one. I can't remember the size.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
I think it's 4x8. Looks to be.
Yeah,
4x8.
that one. Thank you, Dan.
So she needs 2 lights in there.
I need 2. there. And like the
The
thing
flour, but to
is,
veg you only need one.
I got to see the difference between my the chems right now. So I had a set of chems
By 5.
underneath one set of lights, and I had another set of chems underneath the chilled light. And wow, the difference was crazy.
Now imagine the same crazy difference when you go to a GML light.
As we're talking about lights, yesterday my chilled puked on me. And my,
Oh,
in my
Oh shit.
Yep. And
how
that's
old was it?
2021.
It's
Well,
only 2 years.
GML's lights have a 5-year warranty.
Nice.
that's good to know.
Coach Spartan
And
Grill
you
will
know,
save you
and
10%.
I actually plan because we do have GML lights in the flower room. We plan on changing over to all GML lights. I actually ended up I had some old HLGs. We used to run the quantum boards when we
Yeah,
way back when. So I kind of just threw that in the 5x5 right now to get me through. But yeah, it's unfortunate, man. You run these products hard, that I'm not complaining about the chilled light. It's been great.
Oh, I
But
mean,
Well, it's kind of
it's
new technology at that time. It's not like they had
Yeah.
5 years of testing to
Yeah.
make sure that,
and
And
these are run nonstop too. So
anytime I've reached out to Chilled, they've always sent me boards to repair my stuff free of cost. And, I have nothing but great things to say about Chilled. But for me and my dollar moving forward, it's definitely going to go to GML lights.
I just would like to try something different is all, just because why not? I'm still, me, I'm just like really wanting to just see what everything does. So why not try a different kind of light and see what it does? Shits and giggles. Let's see what it does.
For sure.
Yeah.
Many options out there.
I really recommend Terry looking into a bar light.
Okay.
No bullshit aside, even if you don't want to go with GML, even though they're the best. You can get a bar light. Yeah, those bar lights spread the light so much better than the fucking boards, because if you look at the board and you look at the diodes, they're close together on the board.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at a bar light, they're spread more evenly over the space that you're wanting to cover. Well, that gives you more even light, so you don't have a lot of light right here and a little bit less over here.
True.
GML just did this on the tent light ultimate, which you don't want for that tent. It's way too powerful. But he was showing the spread, and the way he designed it, he put 2 of the bars real close to the edge, where usually there's a big drop off. If you look at all the light reports, there's usually a high intensity in the middle, and it kind of drops off as you get towards the edges.
Oh, absolutely. You notice it with all grows.
Yeah, with this one, under that testing, everything hit 1,000. Everything, all the way to the edges.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of spreading out the diodes.
Okay.
So if you just look at like the number of diodes, if they'll even tell you.
Yeah.
Usually the higher the number of the diodes, the better the light, the more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at bar light, or at least the diodes and how they're spread out, because you want to have a really good spread so you don't have those hot spots. Or it wouldn't even be hot. It would be like low intensity spots, where like the edges, like when that drops off.
I would definitely like an even. I want an even. But that to get the sides though, that's like always one of my things. And it's like because unless you put in like side lights kind of thing, how else do you beef up your sides and middles kind of thing? Kind of situation. Unless you got so much space and aeration that you can see through your canopy, which depending on when it's deleafed, that's happening or not.
Yeah. Well, at a tent, you have a little bit of advantage of having those really highly reflective walls, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because if you can bounce light around in there, then you don't have as bad of a drop off, because you just throw light and it just bounces around and then eventually hits the plant.
Yes, but I still feel like it could be better.
Well, that's why, do you know why you feel like it could be better, Tara? Because you don't have a GML light. That's how you feel like it could be better.
Maybe. So we'll definitely be looking into it, and we have been. So, it just is a matter of
if you can get one with the far red, that's even better. That's I've been noticing, not in every strain, but in a lot of my strains.
True far red.
Yeah, 730.
That's the important thing. Yeah.
But they're finishing faster. Some it's exaggerated, and some it's only like maybe a day, you know.
Mm.
But others I've had almost, I think it was 6 days, almost 7 days. And like that's huge, really, in being able to get a harvest out quicker, you know.
I was paying attention to chat when you guys were talking. So are you saying the blue light is
No, far red.
the far red? Okay,
Yeah,
like
and
Yeah.
most people that were early playing with far red was the whole trick of turning the far red, flashing the far red at as soon as the lights go off,
yeah, for
keeping
15
them on for a little, to put the plants to sleep earlier, kind of a thing. I don't do that shit at all. I run the far red the entire light cycle,
Okay.
and because it's still photosynthetically active, which means the
Yeah, they're
plant can still use it to photosynthesize. And I feel like because of that, because it's getting another piece of that light pie that it's not usually getting, yeah, it's able to finish its processes a little bit quicker and finish. So, I mean, I don't have science. This is my belief, but
well, you know your plants that you've been growing.
Well,
yeah,
experience.
exactly.
Yeah.
And if it's a good enough for
Seen
me
it.
to notice, I'm like, damn, that must have been, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, we
It
can
was
look
funny.
at it and
Earlier today, Nuttree called me over to the tent and he's like, "Come look at the plants. Tell me what you think." And I was like, "For what? Look at them." Fine. So I come up because I mean we're kind of, I don't know, we're on autopilot at this point. We're watering. We're just getting done stretching. It's like, come on, what we got to do. So I come over to him and I look at him and he's like, "What's going on with them?" And I was like, "Well, I guess something's going on with the feet because they look a little pale." So he's like, "Oh, you think so?" And I was like, "Yeah, what'd you do?" I was like, "In charge of the feed, so what'd you do?" He's like, "I didn't do anything different." And I was like, "Well, that would be my first thing. It's getting a little colder is my other thing.
It's true.
So, maybe they need a little more heat." So, but it was
Yeah,
so
if it gets too cold, it'll actually slow them uptaking nutrient, and if so, the nutrient could be there. It's just not warm enough for them to really get going and
and
pulling it
it
up.
might not be because temperature. We were like, I mean, I know you guys were colder, but this morning I think we were at like 31 degrees.
Still damn cold.
Yeah.
It was cold this morning, so we were all feeling it. So if we're feeling it, the plants are feeling it. I feel like.
I'm praying for snow.
Oof, I bet you are.
I am.
Yeah.
So I want to go brap brap.
He wants to be the sled out.
All the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
sunflowers this morning along my drive to work were all like, "Ooh, poop! It's like really cold this morning." We're all
This
like,
was this is the first hard frost where I start
Yeah,
seeing
definitely
melted plants. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
go, but it wasn't that hard. But this definitely was a hard one.
Yeah.
But we've got an Indian summer coming up tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow or the
Yeah.
next. I think.
Yep. Exactly. I think we're gonna hit 70 or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
bring it on.
Yeah, I talked to my son and he said it was 71 in Cincinnati. And I was like, oh, it's like, I think it was at that point when I talked to him, it was like 60 degrees where I was. So I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that far off, but definitely 10 degrees, 11 degrees.
We didn't break out of the 40s today.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Oof.
Fuck
Ah,
that.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you must
no.
forget here
Right.
in God's country here.
Yes,
Winter is coming.
winter is coming.
I don't mind. It was wet and rainy. It's supposed to be wet and rainy tomorrow too. So, but warmer. 'Tis the season. This makes the salmon run if you're into that.
It does.
Hunt season
The
2.
webcam that I watch for up in Fishtown, and the salmon have just been like jumping like crazy. So it's super cool to watch that.
Yeah, they're thick in the rivers right now up here. So if you want to catch salmon, get on it.
Get out there and just barehand it like a bear.
You
Yeah, I
could.
was just
Some
thinking
places,
about
they're thick in there, I don't know. Have you ever been to a spawning ground? Have you ever seen
No,
them?
I don't even like
Nope.
fish.
You don't have to like them to appreciate them,
that. I like tropical
efforts.
fish.
I appreciate him by leaving them be. I'd be like, You can have that. You can have that.
But they're majestic.
You can have that over there.
You know, you see this big old 3.5-foot fish in a little creek. You know, that's pretty amazing. You know.
Yeah,
oh,
they're
Yeah, but then you see them fucking up there dead.
yeah. Well, they're dumb.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, like, I don't really want to go through all that, man. It's
Stink,
like,
you know, you got
oh,
my
look at
Traverse
this
City
beautiful,
that
majestic
yeah, well,
fish. It's fucking
perfect.
awesome thing in nature. Then it just fucking did
Don't
all
look
that
over there, Jimmy.
You know what?
to die.
It's feeding the microbiology of the soil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all
It's the
that. But
circle
You know,
of
it's still pretty
life.
kind of
we too
sad.
much things. We take
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Nice bait.
Gotta get my dab rig ready for hash time.
It's like, bro, you just spent all your effort, your biggest journey of your life, probably, just to lay up there and die. What the get
Just,
the
Yeah.
fuck out
yeah,
of here
but
with
I think
that?
they get one out, don't they?
just to carry the species on. You know.
They're like
I was gonna
premature
say, like
logging on
they
their way
blow
back.
a load and then they die, like a bee. I think bees do that.
Oh, I didn't know you're so well versed on blowing of loads.
Well, it's a common Theo Vaughn clip with Joe Rogan.
Oh, is it?
Fun. He's so funny.
Yeah,
Giovanni is
Yeah.
funny. He pulls shit out of his ass. So
He really does.
it's
I didn't.
insane,
I
man.
finally realized how he got his start. It was like it was the Real World,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
but like
No,
long time ago,
no,
Real
I think
World
it was Road Rules, not
or
Real
Roll
World.
Rules. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
wow.
But there's a clip of them, and they're like all wanting to go to the bar, and they're in the kind of city area, and he's like, "Y'all want to go to that creek?" And they're like, "What? That creek down there? You guys want to go check out that creek?" And he's talking about a creek, and they're all looking at him like, "What the fuck?" Because they're all ditzy, like, let's go to the bar type people, and he ends up going to the creek by himself.
And making
And
it
he
all
starts throwing
philosophical and
stones and just
shit. Yeah.
but
I remember watching that like when it was like on MTV.
so sometime in between that and now I think he tried to did comedian stuff. He didn't
Oh,
really make it till like the last few years.
doing a lot of
Yeah, I would. That's interesting. I'd love to hear what happened in between between those two things.
Oh, he smoked a doobie with Rogan at a party or something. Hey, you want to come on my show? That's all you need.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
He decided not to use coke.
Yeah.
That's his whole platform. Stop
Oh,
using.
my favorite strain of weed.
Yep.
I mean, I like how Rogan is kind of pro weed, but he doesn't barely smoke at all. The things that they get excited over, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Come on, don't smoke all of that. What are you?
Yeah, come on, fuck out of here.
Exactly. It's like,
People have a lighter tolerance, so we have to account for them.
Talking about normies.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I call.
normie.
You live in reality without any help.
They're the ones that want gummies.
Like, oh, you don't grow weed. Oh, okay.
People will see a break out a joint, you know, and we roll decent sized joints, and they'll be like, Jesus Christ, that's a log.
Yeah.
Like this isn't even a big joint, man.
My joints are huge
Yeah.
to some
You
people.
can
Like
tell grower joints versus
I throw mine in the parking lot. I'll have a good amount. It's a good roach there, and I'll throw them in the parking lot. And like TJ and the other guy, they'd be out there and they'd be like, "Dude, that's a fucking roach, like a literal roach," because that's how big they are. But I started throwing them further.
I know you're tossing them out the window.
Yeah, I definitely toss them out the
You don't want to
window.
get caught with them. Let them go.
Yeah, well, I also
Toss
got.
'em out the window.
You always keep like a half can of pop or something,
I
but
stopped
just in
throwing
case you can't chuck out the window.
because they can get you for
Stuff
literally
it.
police officer sees you. So
That's
just
what I'm saying.
I stopped throwing them out the window. So I have another thing that I stick them in and put a cap on them and tuck them away. Get home, toss them out.
I don't drive and
You just
smoke.
tell those
I don't drive and
cops to
smoke.
go
Period.
serve and protect somewhere else. That's what you tell them.
And I'm gonna tell
I
them.
don't tell them anything except I don't discuss my day.
Barton said so.
Am I free to go?
Go serve and protect somebody else.
There you go. It works every time.
I pay your salary. That helps a lot.
You know,
Gotta
I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah, I forgot about that one. That's a tried and true one. I pay
I'm
your
not
salary.
rude to them at all. If I fuck up, I fuck up. You know, if you caught me speeding, hey, whatever, man. Just give me my ticket. Let me get on my way. But yeah,
I'm not gonna discuss my
It
day.
depends on the attitude given to me. If you flip out about me going 5 miles over the speed limit, and you're like flipping out on me, we're gonna have a problem. Because it's like, what are you flipping out? It's like Stan said, just chill out. Give me my ticket. I'll give the government some money, some more money.
yeah.
Dude, I watched the video. Oh, I don't even want to get into. This is not politics. This is
I don't
taxes.
talk politics.
This is taxes, and it was like breaking down. If you made $1 from your paycheck, off rip, the state and the federal tax takes it, and then so whatever's left is like 69 cents, I think it was. So like, all right, so you got 69 cents.
Oh shit,
Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna say
hash time.
30. I was gonna say 30 cents.
Yeah, so you you got 69 cents, but then you have to go spend it at the store because you have to buy groceries. You have to eat. So you spend at the store, and they take, it's like 4 cents, 4.5 cents, or something like that. So really, out of that dollar, you only
You didn't
actually
even
got to
count.
spend 62 or something, and
Yeah,
then it
but
just
you
keeps
didn't.
going on and on. That
Yeah,
doesn't
so
even
you didn't
count
count the
roof.
gas to,
Yeah,
to,
well,
to get
that's
there.
what I'm saying. They start with groceries, and then yeah, gas, all that. It's like by the time that dollar is spent, you actually only got to spend like less than half of it, and the government, the government somehow here, there,
Yeah, some
got more
minutes
than half.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and all the while they also get a piece from that business that and so it's nuts. It's nuts. But
That's because
I
there's so
didn't I
many
didn't want to
layers
get
of
people
government, and
riled up.
each one's got their hand, out for each layer down. You know what I mean? They all have to be funded by something.
It's a vicious cycle.
I'm getting hounded by anything gross because I got my rig ready but didn't take a dab, so I'm gonna take a dab.
Oh, you're saying you
Yeah.
peer pressured
I am
by a girl?
some OG Mac.
She smokes more than I do. I'll admit that on air.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, she
Girl.
impresses me. She's
Rip
very
it down.
impressive.
What is OG Mac? I
It's
think I hit that from Tara and them.
Primal Punch and Cross with Mac.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's a decent one. Little leaning towards Mac a little, sort of.
Shared my cart with him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm ripping those, man.
Yep.
Crusher. I probably won't be buying this style Crusher carts again. I've had like 3 fail on me so far.
Really?
How did they fail?
Batteries weren't charged, or they wouldn't take a charge, or you get a couple.
I really enjoyed it, actually. It got a huge.
Well, it's only been 2 for me and 1 I gifted to somebody else, so none that was actually
ones I got were
acquired,
and I got a rip off of it. It was like, actually, it took me by surprise how big a rip I got off of it.
Oh yeah, you get a fucking toke.
That was delicious. GMO mixed with triple burger.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, I just did a dab of triple burger.
That would be quadruple burger.
Yeah,
that's like having the mom and the daughter.
Well, that's what. Yeah.
Great
Well, it's all GMO. Back to GMO. Back every one of those.
Seriously. Really, that's so great.
I love Weezing the Juice's comment. Our Bake's growing up. He's ranting on taxes.
Bro, yeah, I've kept it all. I try not to talk about that stuff on the show because it's so politically related, but I've always not liked taxes. Like, just they're too much. I've
No.
always noticed this. Like it's a scam. It's a scam at this
The
point.
biggest slap in my face was the land tax. It's like, oh, I can spend, half my life saving
Yeah, like
and
what's
spending
yeah.
and paying off my fucking house just for you to tell me that I don't own shit and I still own the government
That you're
twice a
basically
year for
you're
some
basically
taxes.
renting
Motherfucker,
from the
you better
government.
pay it or we'll take that shit away from you.
Yeah, like how?
Exactly.
How? I
Within a
own that
year,
shit, dude. I own the lands. Like fuck you.
no, they'll take that
Like,
shit away.
and that's the thing. That's the sad part because that's like most Americans' dream is to just go ahead and get their house paid off. Obviously, have some kids or whatever the hell they want. But that's usually that's in there is get a house and eventually
Be
if they
debt
can't
free,
pay it
yeah.
off as quickly as debt free. So it's like they can't even have that. Can't. Ugh. It's like I got time travel back to the Oregon Trail just to stake out my land and be like, this is mine.
They
They'd
still
probably
have some
tax
places.
it 200 years later.
They still have some places like that. I think in rural Maine, in the very northern part,
Oh
where
yeah,
where you can go and just settle there for
I got cousins
next to
up
free.
at the like tippy part where civilization kind of ends. Like they're in the
Where's
tiniest
this?
town.
Please tell me this. Where's this? Where
I
civilization
don't know.
ends?
Well, like
Antarctica?
it's no civilization in Maine, and it just goes to
Oh,
like the
oh,
North
oh.
Maine is just like forest.
Oh, I
No
see
one
what you're
lives up
saying.
there during the winter. It gets too cold.
Yeah.
So they're in like the tiny town that's at the very end of the Appalachia Trail where it ends up there.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a town of like I think 500, maybe 1,000. It's like everybody knows everybody, and they bought uh hostel, hotel, whatever you want to call it, but it's a little place for people to come stay. They make breakfast, stuff like that. It's usually hikers, the Appalachia Trail people, but they
Okay.
run that. But that's way up there, and
Sounds pretty cool, actually.
it's cool, but apparently it gets even colder than here. So I'm
I
good.
bet that some bitch is about
But they
200
they don't fucking
plus.
stay up there during the winter. They go to Florida. They go back to Florida.
Oh, the snowbirds.
Yeah, they run it during the summer and then go back to Florida. But, but yeah, I don't know why we were talking about Maine. That dab got me good.
We were talking about Maine because I said you could go to northern Maine for next to nothing and get some land, like you were saying, to
We
stake
were
out
gonna
the
Oh
Oregon.
yeah, but like who wants
They would
who wants
still
the,
tax you
the
on it, probably
shittiest? Yeah, and they'd find a way. They would. They'd be like, oh yeah, well we've got to do this because we're protecting you from the birds or something.
though.
You're just like what? Like, and you don't have an army of lawyers to fight their quadrillions of lawyers. Their government of lawyers. So like, it's just like whatever. I guess. Guess I'll pay you every time for the rest of my life. Sounds like a
And then
prison
they get to
sentence to be
determine
honest.
how much they think your house is worth, and then they get to base
Yeah,
the tax rate
yeah,
on that.
yeah, and then that was the crazy part. Yeah. The cap system. I don't know if that's every local place up here, but like if your locality has the capping on your market, your house, that's the stupidest system in the world. Capping and uncapping, it's trash. That makes zero sense. It's in the essence of what taxes are. Taxes. I believe in taxes. I believe that taxes are needed. Everybody needs to put in a fair small share. If everybody puts in a fair small share, you can pay for hospitals, roads, schools, fire,
Military.
all that. Military, you should be. But they want more than a fair share. So it's just like it's stupid.
We could pay for
But
space too.
yeah, we could pay for space. We could be on Mars, terraforming Mars.
Sweet.
Yeah,
But I'll stay here.
I'll go to Mars as cannabis grower.
All right, man. You send me a long
Yeah,
email. Let me know how it goes.
Well,
I'll
I'm
stay
not
here.
gonna be the first mission. I'll go like on a couple.
I'm
Like,
not
oh,
gonna be
they
the
made
second
it.
either.
Oh, they made it again. All right, maybe I'll go.
No, it's gonna take
30.
like 100 of those, and then maybe I'll go.
Yeah, I'm hanging.
I'm pretty fond of Earth. Yeah, I'm not too
Yeah,
scared
I
of
like
it
my
yet.
feet planted.
Me too. I do
Yeah, I don't really
not.
like to go in the water,
For
like the
now.
oceans and shit.
I love the ocean, but yeah, I don't go very deep in the ocean.
Like I don't want to go out into a boat where I can't see the land. That would
Ah,
be like, no, I'm not really down with that. I want to be able to know that if this boat goes down, I can swim to the fucking land and maybe make it.
he's like,
Sacred
I want a
garden.
swimming chance.
Yeah, I gotta have a tan. I'm a pretty good swimmer,
Uh,
but you still got to worry about all the fucking baddies in the water that's gonna come bite your ass too. You
not
never know.
worry about the other survivors
I ain't
latching
worried
on.
about them when it comes to fucking me.
He
If
said,
I'm in a
I'm
boat that
gone.
goes down, I'm worried about me.
Call
At
me
that
about
point,
fucking dolphin. I'm out of here.
my beard's gonna help paddle. It's just-
That's funny shit. I remember one time I was just a young man. I had the kids. Latricia was working in the evening, and I took the kids out on a pontoon boat my boss let me borrow. And I put my two little kids on there. And this is just your swimming story made me think of this. And so I put my two kids out on this pontoon boat, and I untie this son of a bitch and push it off the dock, and I jump back in there. I go to start it up, and this pontoon just is not starting up. We're drifting, man. Back about 5-10 minutes, man. I'm about the middle of the lake now. This boat, man, I
oh
realized
damn!
I gas. Like,
Oh,
son of a bitch, man. I got these two little kids. So I'm like, there ain't no oar on this pontoon. I'm like, motherfucker. So I got to dive in the water. I got a pontoon. My one arm, I'm swimming this pontoon back to shore.
Oh
There's
my
this
God.
old man sitting on this dock, just laughing at me, man. Laughing. He ends out, he gets close to me, throws me a rope. I catch it and feel like an asshole, pulls me in and stuff. But yeah, he's like, you'll check that gas can next time, won't you? Yes, sir. But it was just
Yep.
a funny story with your beard. Reminded me of swimming and paddling and
Yeah.
fuck boats.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. I
My
remember
kids
as
are
a
all
kid.
freaking out.
I've been in boats flip over. I don't know how many
What if you
boats.
could have a nuclear powered yacht?
The nuclear power makes me a little bit anxious, man. That I would always be
Does
a
it
little
make you
bit.
anxious now?
I'm not in a nuclear powered yacht, and I never have been.
We're using nuclear power.
I'm not like living nearby the nuclear power.
We're actually probably safe, but like anybody on the west or east coast of Michigan isn't. There's
Well,
nuclear
especially the West
plants.
Coast.
Yeah,
Especially the West Coast.
there's plants there, and
No,
I
I'm
don't know.
saying you're
I
saying
wouldn't mind a nuclear powered yacht forever. You can just sail.
no, man.
I
Have you
wouldn't
seen?
just be a
Have you just
sailboat.
take a minute when you have time, and
Yep.
just YouTube like the craziest storms in the ocean videos, and I'm telling you, you don't want to. It doesn't matter how fucking
We're
fancy
talking about
your
you got a
yacht is.
nuclear powered yacht. You don't think there's a weather device on that yacht?
They're not ocean proof.
there's been so many crazy storms that I encountered with our family with lightning storms, just even rainstorms and just things. I mean, it's really super scary to be out on any kind of body of water in a boat. So I don't recommend at all ever.
Like have you seen your buddy's yacht?
Or you could have something like a fucking earthquake under the water, and then a fucking tidal wave comes and just dumps your boat over. Like, yeah. I mean, shit fucking happens out there.
Overthinkers.
What are you talking about? You could outrun it probably.
Every
You got
You
scenario
get
is
nuclear
outrun it. You don't
power.
get no fucking
Think of a
clue.
good
You don't get no
scenario,
fucking
okay?
warning. That shit
You
just
yeah,
fucking
you got
dumps
the
you.
weather device. It's gonna be like,
Yeah.
They're
Well,
some
there's
just
supposed to be a
some
fancy weather.
hit
There's
the
a fancy weather
ocean
device that detects
50
tidal
miles
waves.
away.
I am not going
Yeah, there's definitely wave detecting
Hey,
devices.
Tidal wave detecting devices that are coming. Like, it's not going to tell you
Google it.
anything.
Do we have the capability?
The U.S. government probably does.
I'm looking at Bezos' yacht. You don't think Bezos has a device that can do that?
No, I don't think it does.
Okay.
I hope his fucking yacht gets hit by a goddamn tidal wave.
U.S. tsunami warning system. Oh my God, we even have a warning system.
Wait, watch this. Probably
Can tidal waves be predicted?
it's flags. They just throw flags up.
What do you mean?
Like, they stand on towers and they're like, "Whoa, red flag, red
Well,
flag."
they can't predict when and where, but once
Referee.
it happens, they can, if it's not on top of the city or something, if it's 100 miles out, they can predict it and be like, we have 30 minutes.
100
Better
miles
hold
out.
this
It's gonna
that
be there
way.
before. It's gonna be there before they even make a fucking phone call. Our government does not move fast.
Oh no, military moves pretty fast. These are military people.
Yeah, they'd be moving fast to tell the military crews, like, "Hey, brace yourselves. Civilians about to get fucked up, and we have a mess to clean up."
A DART system combines a surface buoy and a sensor on the ocean floor. The sensor detects changes in the water's pressure and seismic activity and transmits the data back. These changes indicate a tsunami may form, the buoy signals alert. So we do have the ability to detect a tsunami, which creates a tidal wave. By the way, check out this boat.
By the way,
You're not gonna like it because it's your buddies and he doesn't
By-
let you on it.
I
But
don't think it's my buddies. Oh Jesus,
that's Bezos. I bet there's a nuclear power in there.
it's a sailboat, man.
It's a quasi sailboat. It's also a completely like modern. It's made to look like this. It's a
just got the
sleeper. You know, a sleeper car. It's a sleeper boat.
It's a
Look at
sleeper
those. Look at that. Look at those. 1, 2, 3, 4 weather
mast.
devices. No, these orbs. You see these orbs?
Oh yeah,
There's
radar.
a boat radar. Yeah. Why you need 4 of them? One's probably weather. One's probably tidal wave.
You know,
One's probably
they'll look just as
submarine.
pretty. They look just as pretty at the bottom of the ocean, man.
Uh, what do you mean? When it sinks from a tidal wave?
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Yeah.
Because he'll be sleeping, like you said. So the alarms will be buzzing, and he'll be like sleeping. And there goes your goddamn boat.
hmm.
There's something about. There's no saying about boats. This is
There it goes.
There's no saying about boats. Buying boats like digging a hole in your backyard and just throwing money into it.
Yeah, but what happens? What happens when the climate change happens and
Then we're sitting pretty in Michigan.
the water level goes above all land, and we're now in water world. Ever
That's
seen that movie?
yeah.
You're gonna want a nuclear powered yacht.
No, I
Isn't
don't
that
want to drink
You'd
my
be the
piss.
king. You'd be the king.
I don't want to drink my piss. You can do that in that water world if you want to. But that's
You don't
not what I'm
need to. You don't need to if you have a nuclear powered yacht because it's got a desalinator.
Powered by the nuclear power. The
Yeah.
nuclear powered desalinator.
You're catching on. Nuclear power. You can plug anything into it.
I love you.
Oh, man.
Just gotta come back.
You just grow a second
You're
head
with me.
while it's going on from the nuclear fallout.
Well,
Oh,
it's either that
yeah.
or you take your billions and you go build like a.
Fusion.
I don't know if anybody's seen the show called Silo, but like it's like
No.
underground apocalypse bunker.
Oh, that
Like,
kind of
but
stuff.
like a city, like
I like that idea.
huge.
I like that
Yeah,
idea.
so like on this show, one of the levels is just an orchard. It's just
Yeah.
plants. It's like
That's the level I want to be on.
yeah, but it's
Well, how
pretty
close
cool.
is that to the surface? Because maybe not if it's up close.
I can't remember how close they are to the surface. I think they're a good ways. I think they have to take an elevator straight up.
Yeah,
But
'cause you
then
want to avoid the meteor.
the thing they live in is like 100 stories or something, or more than that, to
Sweet.
where like the people on the bottom are like the low caste, the middle is a little bit better, and the higher up is the people that run everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe opposite. Like you want to be
Sounds
away
like
from the danger.
irrigation.
Well, it's because all the machinery is on the bottom where the power generator where all the dirty shit goes, the water
dirty
pipes, the shit, yeah. So it's an interesting show. It's like Apple TV or something, but it's called Silo. I wouldn't mind seeing a second season from it. If you fuck up, they send you outside the silo.
Ooh.
to clean, to clean. You must clean the planet. And then everybody usually dies or something. I don't want to spoil anything. So.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, yeah, I'm talking to the other people watching.
Oh, okay.
They might want to watch it after that thrilling description.
Yeah, I think that would be cool though. I think that's one of the best choices is build underground. That's good insulation from
So
most
it's
things.
like it's like I want to say it's like a football or two field diameter because they end up. Spoiler alert! Shut your ears. They end up finding one of the machines that makes the bore. It's basically a straight down bore. So it's like this too wide football field boring thing that just bores straight down. So it creates basically a silo. You know what I mean? Like a cylinder. And
Yeah,
then and that's how they built the levels off of everything centered around the stairs in the middle. So the middle column
yeah.
has a spiral staircase that goes up and down. So like if you're on the bottom and need to get to the top, you're sleeping at some point. It's like you're camping on some sort of floor. That's how
Just too
tall
far.
they're supposed to be. Yeah. So they have like runners that like, oh, you need to bring something down somewhere. You pay this guy to run it down the stairs.
Imagine falling
Stuff like
down
that.
those stairs. Damn.
Well, that's how some people die. It's like, yeah, fuck that. I don't like heights.
Like you think they thought about that?
Yeah.
They made tubes, and then you just slip and fall, and you'll fall down the tube, but you don't die. You know, like those slides that are at play parks.
Oh man, yeah, but you could. I think if a slide was technically long enough, it was spiraling.
Yeah.
You could get like blood issues from the G forces.
Well, well, if you're knocked out, I guess. I would say you could slow yourself down, but I guess if you're knocked out and you're just tumbling.
Yeah, at that point, what if it's a really well-made slide? So you're just sliding faster and faster.
Instead of
You're
one
just,
of those
Somebody's,
old
"Ah."
if
rickety
somebody's
ass
trying to
slides.
come up, somebody's trying to come up at the same time, and you just collide and
Bro,
smash.
bro, I showed the guys that work this video. I'm sure somebody out there has seen it, but I think it's a Chicago cop, and he tries this kid's slide, and it's the most ranky, janky looking. It's one of those metal tube slides from probably way back, but it goes like left, right, jag left, jag right,
Piece
And
of
this
shit.
grown adult tries it, and you just
Was
hear
a kid.
dunk, 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 and then all of a sudden he comes out of the bottom flying, bounces 4 times on the ground. His like radio's fucking coming off. And he gets up and he's like, oh, jeez. It was hilarious. I wish could save that and just
One.
we could have like a ridiculousness episode. If you've ever
Yeah.
seen that show, it's just
Yeah.
funny videos that we
Yeah.
like. But yeah, dude, I crack up at that shit.
I saw one today. I thought it was like a mom and her little baby. Like
No,
I
I
don't know.
shared that one.
Oh, you shared that one?
I
It
shared
zooms in on the
it's,
baby's face.
it's hilarious
Yeah.
from and the baby's face and everything. I'm like, oh, brain damage, poor thing. But whatever. Like it's hilarious that she thought, and what's even funnier is because I don't have kids, but like how the whole thing, like kids at a certain age, they're just straight top heavy because they're just a giant head. So when she sat the kid down, she was trying to go down sitting up, so the kid was sitting up next to her. If you look at the beginning of the episode, immediately first angle, as soon as they get over the first hump, the head tilts the baby's entire body, so the head go, and then it's just bump after bump. Check out my Instagram. I don't know if it's on there. Let me see if I can find this.
Pull it up.
But
Yeah.
at the end, the baby's on his back and looking up and giving
What
the
the
shock
fuck?
look. Yeah, the shock look like, what the fuck did you just put me through? And it
Yeah.
zooms in on the baby's face. I was like, oh man, had me dying.
Let me see. It's not one of my recent ones, but if you reacted to it, it might still be up. I don't know. I'll look for it, but I might not be able to find it.
Yeah, that was freaking funny, dude. But the baby wasn't even crying, so it wasn't like it was hurt. But I was like,
No, you could see at
Oh.
the end it started doing right after he gave that look, and then it was just like it was about to cry. But
can you show us that one again, man? I missed it. You guys show me again.
it was like look at its mom.
The good
It
one,
was
right?
like that's what it does. Like squint
got
their
that
eyes and they
meme.
start
Later tonight.
wailing. Oh jeez, I dropped my cards.
Look
Good
how,
thing they're in sleeves.
look how you take care of your Pokemon cards, man.
Well, once they're in sleeves, you can do whatever you want with them.
Well, I don't know about that. That's pretty broad. I wouldn't say all that.
I like to live life on the edge.
On the edge of a Pokemon card.
On the edge of a Pokemon card.
Better keep it crisp.
I got a good one yesterday from him. I'm really happy with it. I got me a relax.
Oh yeah, I gave her one.
Right.
Yeah, I could give away another one of those. We should do that next week.
Oh, dude, duck race.
Special edition. Yep, special edition Snorlax. I got an extra one. I got a bunch of extras. Ooh, we could have giveaway Pokemon. These are, and I'm not talking about any Pokemon, not these new bullshit millennial Pokemon.
Nope.
These are the original 151 brought back.
So they're still new. So they're not the original, but they're just.
What do you mean they're new?
They've been printed recently.
But their existence was created in 1998 or whatever.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, they're definitely new art for sure. Like, I'll just whip out these here.
The Mewtwo was good.
Oh yeah, I got a fucking Mewtwo.
Yeah. My grandson
Sick.
all about that one. I sent it to him and he was like, "Oh my."
That's kind of the whole reason.
He was like,
Do you know, it used to be really hard to get one. Oh, like here's my rarest shit I got already. In one single pack, I got the Bulbasaur.
Oh yeah.
But these are full art, so if you notice,
So
a typical one's gonna have all your info, like your battle info on the bottom. If you notice, they just make the art on these go over that or behind it in the background.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's full art. Then I was searching through it, and then it was a Ivysaur behind that full art.
Yep.
It's hard to tell because they're so fucking shiny. Oh, look at that! That was a good angle. And then the ultimate, the fucking full art Venusaur. So I was pretty excited about that. But
they were all three next to each other.
What's really cool is, huh?
They were all back to back in the pack.
Yeah,
like that?
Same pack.
Damn.
So nowadays it's kind of like it's a trophy, like everybody gets a trophy shit. Where like back in the day you weren't guaranteed a holo. You might get several packs with no holo.
Right.
And not every Pokemon was holo. Now every Pokemon has a holo version. So like you can collect all 151 holo. But then they have the art ones that are so the thing is now every pack comes with I think two or three holos guaranteed. So they're not actually that rare. But there's rare ones like that Venusaur. So like yeah. But what's cool is there's nobody telling me not to buy them. Back when I was buying Pokemon at 9 years old, I got $5 a week to mow the yard, and I spent it on one pack. So I got one pack if my mom would take me to the store that week. I can go to the store wherever the fuck I want now, and and buy one. So I'm catching up quick, and I'm pretty excited about that.
He's like, I got $10 now.
Yeah, don't tell my mom though.
I've never been into Pokemon, but my grandson got me into playing Pokemon Go. And now, like, it's totally got me immersed in it. So I, like, totally, like, send things back and forth to my grandson. And
didn't send me anything.
It was, well, I will. But it's funny, at my second job, I'm the highest ranker there at the place, and they all play Pokemon Go. So I'm like the highest one, even though I know I'm the oldest one. But
What's your highest CP?
I
You
don't know.
don't know that offhand? Are you even a master Pokemon trainer?
You're funny. Probably.
Yeah, she talked about it, so I downloaded Pokemon Go yesterday, but I've only because I was able to get my old account from like the COVID Pokemon days. 2016 was when it came out, and because it said something on my account about that.
I started playing.
But yeah, now it's so weird now. I don't know what to do, and now it didn't give me any Pokeballs, so I have nothing to do until I go meet up with or if I go to a Pokestop,
Yep.
I can get Pokeballs. So you have to go places now.
So my second job is a
Yeah,
Pokestop.
basement hate that.
Been that
Yeah, I wanted to do it from my house and just walk around the yard. But you have you need to actually you need more space and you need to walk around like the whole neighborhood to actually.
You have to like go out in public and shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's like what is that?
Well, it's Halloween time right now, so there's lots of things to catch right now.
Yeah, I got one thing because I beat Team Rocket.
That's not
But I
creepy. It's not
but the
creepy, Vic.
problem
Just
is too,
keep
I'm like,
that black outfit on and go out at night for Halloween and just
oh
search
yeah,
for
that's
I'm
oh
looking
yeah,
for Pokemon. I swear. Just
yeah. I'm just here looking for Pokemon. Come on now. I've got
The
candy.
Pokemon Prowler.
It's Halloween. But so yeah, that's been one of my latest endeavors.
Yep.
And then we're gonna get that garage Tricone Forge finished pretty soon, and then I'm getting a fish tank.
you got your fish picked out and everything.
Cool.
I got fish picked out kind of, but not really because I today or the last few days I think I found my fish tank size.
And no
So there's something
coral
called
too.
what?
You can do
Coral. Of
coral
course I'm
too.
gonna do coral. Yeah. Why would you not? That's
I'm
like
just
there's something called a fish only tank. It's like fish. It's and so you don't do coral because some fish eat coral. So then you can have those fish. I hate those tanks. Like, what is
you
the
want
point of having
palm tank.
saltwater not having at least like the easy corals? Even
Yeah.
the easy ones look cool. And like a bubble anemone. Get a clownfish in a bubble, and if they decide to pair, that's so cool. They pair. An anemone will sting everything else, but for some reason the clownfish can sit in it if it bonds with it. So then it'll just bond on and sit on it. That's its home. It's kind of cool. But anyway, so like they have a 40-gallon breeder, but I guess it's been a while since I've reefed. Which was a popular size. The way it's long, but it's wide too. You want a lot of width. You don't want a lot of height. Fish don't care about height, believe it or not. They want to hang out at the bottom with the rocks and stuff where they can hide. So it's the 40-gallon
But you
breeder.
worried about them jumping out then if it's that
I'm
shallow?
gonna get a top. I'm gonna
Oh,
get a
okay.
top. Yeah, just because you're gonna have jumpers no matter what. I learned when I was reefing. It doesn't matter how good it is. There's certain things that are gonna set them off, and you don't know. So you might as well have a top so they can't. They just hit the top and bounce. I've never seen it, but I just imagine it. They just it's so the top I have on my 120 gallon it came with it from the guy, but it was like kind of like kind of like egg crate material but like
Okay.
checkered. It's just squares, gridded squares that he must have cut to size, so you could just set on the top. So I always just imagine them kind of because there's like an inch gap between the water and the top. So like they get some air and then smack and then flop back right into it. Like okay. But anyways, they came out in 2022 with a 60-gallon breeder. So I'm gonna grab a
Where
60-gallon breeder
where'd
and
you
then
put it?
I'm gonna put it behind the couch where Frosty's crate is. I'm just gonna figure out and move that.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
get rid of one of those craft tables,
You
condense
should have
it to
this.
one.
Okay, so you got to get some kind of stand or something for it.
Well, I'm gonna build a stand. You're gonna help me.
Oh,
And
okay.
Electric.
we're gonna build. I already found a really nice design that's like it looks nice, but I'm gonna make the tank a peninsula tank. So I'm gonna drill the holes in the tank myself on the end of it, so it'll be behind the couch like that. But eventually, when I get tired of the 60 gal, I can get a 125 gal, which basically just extends it 2 feet, but
Like it
pretty much and like
attaches
a
to the
couple
other
inches
one?
wider.
Like you could
Huh?
use it with the other one? Or you have to
No,
replace
no,
the other
I'd
one?
replace it, but like
Oh. You
it
mean
would be a
add it.
couple of years. Yeah,
Not
it'd be a
replace
couple.
it, you mean add it, because you would
Well,
still have
I'd probably move the 60 gallon to the basement or grow room maybe, and then the
the basement would look
125
that
would be
would
the
look dope in that basement in that big room.
yeah, like right
Like where
there,
your
yeah,
regular
right there where we play games and stuff.
yeah, and
So,
have like a light on it. That would be pretty dope.
oh yeah, they have LED. They use LED too. So they just use a lot. They use a lot of. I don't know the difference. I gotta look into it. But the
Well
LEDs
let
are
me
important if you want corals.
let me know. I know a guy.
Well, I was thinking that, dude. I was
Rumors
I
has it.
forgot. I'm glad you bring that up because I had that thought the other day. I was like, if I mention this to GML, he might just make some reef lights, and I bet they're simple tech. I bet they're because the reef community is almost worse than the green tax dank, man, Dan. It's the reef tax, and I think they're like some of those are like. Do you remember those LED cob? They weren't cobs, but they were like a board LED, but it would have like let's say 12 mini cobs that had little round spherical lenses over them.
I had.
Yeah,
Uh,
they weren't blurple. They were regular light, but so it's like that's what they use like red and blue version lighting of those. And they charge out the wazoo. And then the other ones look just like a cob. The other ones look like a cob, which is like old school bullshit, like.
Yeah.
And so I honestly think he could. He's the light guy, so he might know how to do that. Maybe get some old, cheap, old cobs that are like in a warehouse and retrofit them. Just
You could
change because
probably
it's just
get just
spectrum. I'm pretty sure it's just spectrum difference.
oh
That's
the
why that's why aquariums look cool. Is they're like
there's
blue
the
and
match
red,
spectrum.
and there's no white. But yeah,
There's no white.
that's
Interesting. Oh, because it's
most of them. Most of them don't
being
have white.
filtered blue through the water, I guess. No,
Well,
because water is
the
blue.
light you turn off the white. Like sometimes you have white depending on the corals or whatnot, and you can have white. But I remember mine were just red and blue. So you get red, you get blues, you get purples, magentas. But
Yeah.
that's why they always look cool.
But you missed the greens. You missed the yellows.
I don't think green
The
goes into
orange.
water. I think green gets filtered out first. So there's no point. Let me check on that.
Interesting. Water filters green.
yep.
Yeah, water does crazy things to light shade or shades or whatever you want. You know what I mean? Light colors.
I learned today that our eyes are, was it in our retinas, the cornea, whatever, the rods can see green, more different shades of green, but and the color green better than any other color. There's more receptors that can see green than any other color.
That's why I like.
Oh, it's because we were supposed to eat a lot of plants.
Yeah, so I figured we
That's how I kind of, yeah.
probably evolved so that we could see the good plants to eat or smoke.
So first, red and orange light vanish after you reach a few meters in water, and then
Then green
then
color.
yellow and green wavelengths. That's the word I was looking for. Are absorbed, leaving blue and violet, which are the shortest wavelengths of visible light, and
Yeah.
therefore they penetrate deeper. And then they eventually, obviously, go away, and you get those completely dark bottom ocean with those like animals that have no color in their bodies and pigment because
And
they don't
there's
need
like
it.
the anglerfish
Yep.
that has that little light.
Yeah. But yep. So
Scary.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever want to go deep sea, but I like bringing the fish to me. I love shopping for fish. It's like shopping for seed strains. It's like, oh yeah,
It's like,
I
look at
want
all
that.
these
Does that work
kidnapped.
with that?
Look at all
Will
these
that one?
kidnapped fish that were taken out of
Like
the wild.
today, I found. Well, no, some of them are captive bred now, and it's a good thing they're captive
Oh,
bred because we killed the fucking and we kill all their places they live, and some of
so we should
them, you know,
so we should lock them in cages in our bedroom so we can laugh at
no, we
them.
give
We've killed you
No,
we
otherwise.
keep the
no
water parameters
victims at
perfect.
all here.
Whatever. Uh, so I found out today I can have two of my
Yeah,
favorite
hold on.
blennies together in the same tank.
Whether they like each other or not.
They do. They will like each other.
Survival of the fittest.
Hey, why don't you let your Mr. Quibbly and Boris free then?
Believe me, there's some days I really, really ponder it. I really do.
You hear that, Frozy?
Gotta keep that leash short.
Jack.
Actually,
I just saw Jack Beanstalk has Pokemon cards from '96. You should definitely go through those because that could be a nice chunk of change. You get some Charizards or something. So
oh man, I saw a kid freak out about getting one of those in a pack. You know, the parents film the kids open packs.
yeah.
He got a Charizard and he about peed his pants, man. That
I
was
think
great.
I saw that one recently but it was like a rainbow Charizard. I could tell on the
Yeah,
card it was like some new Charizard. It wasn't OG, but
no,
like
yeah.
it was a big deal. It was certainly a big deal. So yeah, it was kind of cool. If I had kids, we'd be buying packs, and my wife would be going very annoyed because we'd be going ape shit over shit like that.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Where are my fucking new pair of shoes? Why am I wearing this old ass pair
Like,
of shoes? And you guys got 47 packs of cards over here. What the fuck is going on?"
yeah, exactly. Well, we're YouTubing it. It's a business. We'd
There
have,
you go.
you know how much that kid and his dad make on YouTube reviewing toys or whatever? They made a fortune.
That's amazing.
It was so cool to watch that. But he like started crying.
It'd be a really fun show. I'd have to tone myself down, but GM a bunch of like 9, 10 year olds, like on like Dungeons and Dragons type games.
Oh, you can do that. There's a
Like
there's
you'd
you
have to have the right type of kids that can pay attention or into
yeah.
it, but like
I've seen
it'd be
some videos of that
hilarious.
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I could
They're
only
fucking
imagine.
awesome. They are awesome.
What do you want to do, Brian? He picks his nose. Like Jesus Christ! I just want to get through this fucking dungeon.
No, I throw it at him.
Yeah, is that an attack?
The whole thing, that's the people that need to be tapped into it. The great imagination.
Yeah, well that's and that's kid, yeah,
We're just trying to tap in on that ourselves.
yeah.
At
we
least
need we need
I'm terrible
we
at it.
need we need well we need you Nuttree to keep talking about the internet.
Talking about the
Yeah, yeah, he was over here talking about getting Starlink.
Shut up.
Oh man.
Nuttree, do you hear me?
Not happening, she
Do you
says.
hear me,
Yeah.
Major
She doesn't
Tom?
want him to get Starlink because he'll be playing too many other games. He'll be gaming out. I didn't know he was a gamer like that.
And you'll be giving your money to Elon Musk. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if it's available for everyone.
I don't either.
We're surprisingly, I did look, it's been a while now, but I did look and we were surprisingly, like other countries had it and we didn't in Michigan for some reason yet.
Well,
In
yeah.
our part of Michigan.
He's got like 2,400 of them up there. It's because I found out too when he launches a rocket, it's got like 10 of the satellites on it. They're so
Yeah.
compact and stuff, it can launch out like 10. So that's how he got all those up there so fast.
Now he fucking controls the world.
Well, yeah, yeah. If you put laser beams on him, he could pretty much be like, "What are you gonna do about it?"
You know he put like
Governments.
you know he put spies like at least video feeds where he can just zoom in on shit.
What if he like came out that his hair was fake and he took it all off and he went bald and he started. Now I control the world, and we're just like, no, we gave the world to Doctor Evil.
Yeah, but we could buy it back for $1 million. It would be all right.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't. Well, we have to, freeze him first. That's like the second one.
What's up, Thunder Dan? I see you in chat.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. I gotta take this dab. So y'all talk about something.
Talk about something.
Talk about something. Talk about this triple burger. Right there. You get it in there. It's really good. So, Fergoli said it put him out, and I'm not that sleepy from it, but
Yeah. Hey, everything hits everyone different. That's the thing.
yeah, everybody's different.
I like the Obama stuff. Just wrecks me. I'll take like everything Obama.
Really super great. I mean, really, it's got great. I mean, right off the head. I mean, definitely got great smell. Definitely where I want to be. That's to me. That's nice. So definitely want this in my.
I'm glad you like it, because it's like it's like the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Because that was a smorgasbord of our phenos. So now we're gonna run. I think I saved like 4 or 5 phenos. We'll run a couple plants of each so that we can individually extract those, and that way we can figure out what we really like. Like I think number 49, number 50, number 1. Those will be the top 3 that'll be fighting to stick around. But number 49 is one of my favorite smells. Number 50 had the best high. And then number 1 has the most unique, and then hits a lot of the boxes. Like it looks good, grows easy to trim, good yield, and it smells like that urinal cake thing. So that one will be interesting. If I can't wait to see your face, Tara, when I give you dabs of that. Like you just pop a jar. It's just like I'm in some rest area bathroom.
I love it. I can't wait to try it. You know me, I love to do a dab, so I will try about anything. And right now, I shouldn't say about anything. Obviously I don't like any super boof, but I shouldn't say any super boof. There's a couple times we've processed some super boof along the way, and it's not been very choppy. There's been a little bit of like anise and licorice-ish kind of taste that I smell that I've gotten out that would make me want to dab it. So every and something
pulls. It's like Durban. Durban to me is that liquid.
Not so choppy. So every now and again, but Dan's Cherry Paloma is really great.
Not my Cherry Paloma. That's J.R. Token's Cherry Paloma. It is pretty good.
You flowered out with your soil and method.
We did nectar for the gods. It's real good. It's really nice. I'm really pumped about it. I just smoked some of it earlier at the show.
I took some pictures of mine tonight. We're week 3 of flower, and it's underneath the chilled light. So I'm excited to see how it does, because right now that's like my favorite light to be under, because it really is doing a lot for everything. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. That is under there, and the Cowboy Yetis are under the chilled light. So I'm really excited for that.
Hell yeah.
Give them all their best chance this go around.
Now, how big did you let her get in veg before you flipped her out? The
Mm, mm. I just put a second. We're just. I shouldn't say we did. We just put a second layer of trellis on, and it's our third week. Just because, I know everybody says it. There's like 2 weeks of stretch kind of thing, but I always feel like there's always a little bit of more stretch that happens no matter what. Third week into fourth week, so we're gonna put that.
Yeah, I say
Oh,
4 weeks.
stretch good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least
stretch.
20.
I don't. Stretch can go to like 25, 26, 27,
Uh,
man. Like,
Everything is different, so it's kind of hard to gauge everything. And I hadn't grown the cowboy yetis yet, so I had no idea what they would do. So all of this whole tent has I have no clue what's going on with them. They're all just a mystery at this point. So getting to put a second layer of trellis on, and they're all like honestly right level with each other. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're in it now. You're in that's the pheno hunt. Everything's different. Although, like, to be honest, the Spartan Puke for being an F1 is pretty consistent. There's like, I'd say to be honest, 3 or 4 out of 20 that aren't right with everyone else.
I mean, what you posted on Instagram, it all looked uniform. I mean, it looked
Oh
almost
yeah, I did post
cloned.
today.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
he has used a net and has done some training. So it's
Well,
not.
yeah, but I mean, but
They're
like,
good and uniform.
after the first net,
They really spread
the
out good. Like he's only topped them once, and I
yeah,
thought that when we were putting them in there from the veg to flower, I was like, man, this looks like they've been topped twice, 3 times.
well, they're branchy. They love side branching, which is awesome. Because I hate plants that do the vertical bullshit and don't want to grow side branches, and
Yeah,
there's just no need for that
That pink
in
death,
my garden.
it's like straight up, and
I hate like GMO does that, but like I'll do it for GMO, It's a GMO.
I'm doing it.
So
Doing it for this pink death bubba. It's really good.
yeah, yeah.
I think she's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, in certain cases, but like generally, that is not a trait. I'm like, oh,
No,
yeah, I like that. Would I if I had a sheet and a clipboard, I'd be like, that goes in the negative column. It's I don't
yep.
know the wording, but it's a skyscraper, we could call it.
And just has that vertical growth.
Yeah, and
Poplar tree maybe is how
yeah,
tree always grows like straight vertical up like that. I think. And
yeah,
yeah.
just too
So,
sativa.
but I mean, but still, even so, 3 or 4 out of 20, and then 16 or 17 are right with everyone else. So, and like the second net, I haven't trained at all. Spartan. So it's only the
Oh,
first net that I trained. The second net, I'm letting them just grow now because we spread them out good enough and they were branchy enough where we filled out most of those squares. That's
right.
my goal is to fill out
I
square
mean,
to square.
you don't want to make them too branchy that you can't get them the fuck out either, too.
You guys got
Well,
4x4 or 6x6 squares?
they're
4 by 4,
4x4 squares because the
Nice.
table's 4x8.
yeah.
But like it's a little more because I'd say it's like 4.5.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But we'll just cut them out of the
Also,
nets anyway. Cut the nets out of them.
I'm not doing the dice 5. Where's my dice? Oh, I don't even have a dice available.
What? You don't even have a dice,
The
man?
dice
Yeah.
5 method, I'm going to back to that because it's just easier to defoliate and water
And
when they're in a line.
You know, like choking yourself for that middle plant.
Oh yeah, well
exactly.
my tall ass is having to bend through the 2 on the left and the right and
Yeah.
reach through the water. I'm just like, yeah, I don't have to do that with the row side, the row table. So that yeah, well that definitely
The struggle is
solidify
real.
that.
It's about
Yeah,
efficiency, keeping
old
everything efficient.
Chesmanian's got some Spartan puke going. Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I'm getting some smells though. You gotta come over sometime. Pop open the door like a fresh pop, like the
Yeah.
first pop of the day, because that's always the best. It's like that oniony kind of like thing, oniony plant smell going on. So
Nice.
I'm pretty
Oh.
excited about that.
Nice.
Love that.
Yeah, because we found a male that smelled like an onion and veg.
Oh,
We
nice.
held on to. So if we can find an oniony leaning female, we'll smack those two together.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right, you take that burger strain and smack it with the onion, and now you'll have fucking steak and onions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah.
Patent pending. Patent pending.
Love it.
We'll call it Wagyu.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wagyu.
Fucking ripped.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys made it to the show.
oh yeah.
I thought Fergoli was gonna be here. I told everybody would, but
No, he put
he's
something
not.
in chat. He put something in chat,
Oh.
said that he'll be harvesting and he wouldn't be able to make it to the show.
Well, that's the reason nobody told everyone to go to live chat until now. I'm gonna say, and
I'm in live chat. I'm good.
well, yeah, that's not the point of an announcement. But chat, thanks for hanging out
Cheers.
while we bullshit, and see you next week soon. This is early. I have to end it. We got a couple minutes.
A few more minutes, man.
Yeah.
Did you get all your cards sorted?
Everything under 100.
Oh, nice.
This is my pile left of things above 100, so I'll do that at a different time. I'm tired and hungry. This is another cool one I didn't remember. Some of them I don't remember. You know, you get old and you just forget. I had to look this up. Aerodactyl or something. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, that's not original. That's a dirty lie. And then I Googled it and it was just a really different.
It's a dirty lie.
Different art. But,
I love when these things are dirty lie.
yeah.
Well, that's annoying that they have different arts for the same card.
Well, they're the new versions, so it's new art.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Same card, but new art. Magic does it too, but
Yeah, I like Magic. If you guys were talking Magic, I would understand.
oh, you want to
Hey.
play some Magic, Tank Man?
Me too. I got some magic.
Because we're playing Commander, and we can play four-way if you get the last deck, which would be the Chaos Marines.
It's been a while, but I would definitely be down.
Well, yeah, we all have to learn Commander. Commander, you play a 100-card deck. They're pre-made for now, but then there's like Commander rules. So like you can pool your Commander and then do something with them. So there's like rules, but you can also play four-way. So like 4 people at once, 2 versus 2, whatever you want.
I love
1
that.
versus 1.
I love playing 2v2.
Also worth a lot of money.
Well, yeah, I showed Tara the old ones. Spartan has some old Magic from like 94, 93.
Or something like that.
Yeah, if anybody's in the market for dual lands,
Black Lotus.
I know the price
I don't have
because
the Black Lotus. I wish.
player. Oh, Black Lotus would be sick. Or the Ring. Do you have the Ring?
Yeah, there's only one person. Post Malone's got the ring.
My buddy.
That's what they thought. But my boy Spartan had the secret second one.
My buddy was a huge bulk Magic card dealer, and yeah, he had all the badass cards.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, I had never ever heard of it until Sequence had told me about it. Honestly, ever, and that was just a few years ago.
Oh man, I played this.
That's nuts because that's the biggest one out there.
I was into that late '90s.
Technically, it's bigger than Pokemon.
No
I
clue.
just think Pokemon has more
And
merchandise
stuff,
sold.
Smart when I was playing it, you had to go to a card shop to buy the
Yep.
card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Card shop. And we used to play for ante where you actually could lose your cards. Now they don't even do that.
Maybe we'll get a Michigan Bros Grow Show League going. It looks like Weezen plays. We could do online leagues, you know, little bullshit tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, they have online.
And if you win, you get something.
You get something.
I didn't want to. I thought I was like, I want to add a reward, but then I'm like, I don't want to dig myself too deep and say something that I don't want to give away or have or something yet. So I was like, something. But,
You'll get something.
You'll get something. It's gonna be sweet. You guys only have a minute left, but I was gonna say, do you remember those win a car if you don't let go of the car thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was more stuff like that, more gimmicky stuff.
Why?
I go try to sit there and win a car.
Depends
I
on the
wouldn't.
car, I guess.
I mean, cars are expensive.
Yeah,
Sell
you
any
still have to
car.
pay. Guess what? If you win it, you still gotta pay taxes on
Yeah, I know. Don't even get me started on Texas.
it.
I'll see
Full
y'all next
circle.
week.
Full circle.
Yep.
Here's everybody.